Yo, 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 black and blue, black and blue, black and blue, black and blue. Yeah, yo, black and blue, yo. Sick and tired of being tired and sick of this. Cops so ridiculous, talk shit and get pistol whipped. Even if I stand up, die with my hands up. Can't breathe, you choke me harder, out of order. Fox News on whole shit, bringing up that old
family,
shit.
welcome to the Black Power Hour. We're coming at you once again from Morris Media Studios right here in Africatown. I am Billion Godson with the Africatown Coalition.
I am Tahida, a.k.a. Lady T with Bedroom Candy.
I'm Tara Perry with Black Pact, BLACK, PACT.
And I am Kevin Warden Price with the Africatown Coalition.
I'm Tara Perry.
And as always, we want to, bring to everyone's attention some things that are happening here in Africatown, but with the black family in general. So today we're just going to get started on some positive developments that have been happening in the community since last time we came. Right now, we are currently putting together a Juneteenth celebration for Sunday, June 19th. And
Right.
with us, we have some of our partners who have been helping us put this whole thing together. Our sister Tahida with Bedroom Candy is also a weekly street merchant at our Sunday African Marketplace and Drum Circle. You mind sharing with exactly what Bedroom Candy is?
Absolutely. Bedroom Candy is the brainchild of Candy Bears from Atlanta Housewives and the group Escape. And we just here to make sure that everyone is knowing about the positive side of the sexual and wellness side of sex. A lot of people think it's just, negative, but we're here to literally take this negative stigmatization that revolves around sexual health and wellness. We have products that are lifestyle, and we are here at Africatown every Sunday so that you can touch, taste, and feel a little Bedroom Candy and candy coated.
That's right. And next year we have our other sister, Tara. We've known Tara for a few years now. Met her on the front lines of the fight for reparations, but from that it grew into the fight against police terrorism and a lot of other stuff. But you are the head organizer, founder of the Black Pact. You mind sharing with us what the Black Pact is?
Thank you. Of course. Actually, we met fighting against state-sanctioned violence with BLM a while ago. So, yeah, I've been rocking with Africatown for a long time. Black Pact is a political action organization. We've made it our duty to create a pact among Black Americans and to make sure that we are politically, socially, culturally responsible for one another. And a huge part of that is being civically engaged, right? Having a Black agenda, having these conversations, making sure we're on one accord when it comes to what's going on in our community and in our nation as a whole. So Black Pact has, we've basically decided to create this infrastructure to make sure Black folks have a political go-to when it comes to pretty much anything going on in our community. So we've been active for a good 6 years now. So going strong and going long, and we're gonna keep it going. So we do a lot of reparations work. We did a national March for Reparations right after the inauguration, since there was the insurrection, since we had that, so we had to push it back to February, but we were the first folks out there when Biden came into the administration and demanding reparations, and that there's nothing else you can give Black people. You have to make us whole.
Right.
So, that's what we've been doing. And, of course, here at home, fighting gentrification, fighting state-sanctioned violence, we have to do that work. And, people want to talk about Black Lives Mattering. If Black Lives matter to you, so does the quality of Black life. And that we have to actually do that work to make sure Black life has a good quality of it.
Amen.
Okay. And just real quick, I just want to ask you, they've been doing a lot of things on the federal level to address reparations. I saw one article where they said they was going to use a lineage approach. What do you think about that?
I think lineage is necessary, specific, and you're talking about AB 3121, which is in California, the California Reparations Task Force. They have been having these conversations, and they've been impaneled for almost a year now. I believe in the next section, the next what do they call them? I guess sessions that they're going to be having. They're going to start really exploring proposals for reparations. But prior to the proposals, they needed to decide who was going to be eligible and who that group was.
Right.
I think lineage is important because it's not just enough to be racially black anymore because of the influx of black immigration. Everyone who's now black skin in the United States are not necessarily people who have inherited generations of poverty, redlining, convict leasing, all of the economic detriments to Black American people and to our culture. What has happened to us is it's become lineage because a lot of the new immigrants have come here after 1965, right? After we became full citizens.
Right.
And now you have legal redress for any type of discrimination you've had, but the inherited poverty that we've had and the mass incarceration that we've gone through, that leaves a trail and a gap of any type of economics to be passed down, and it has stifled us. So that's why lineage approach is very important, because it's really going to address the people who have been most harmed and not just simply people who have black skin.
Okay.
I want to ask you, Sister Tahida, so you've been with us at the African Marketplace for a few months now. What is it that you like about, what is it that keeps you coming out to the marketplace every Sunday?
Just being amongst my black people, my black and brown people, seeing all the good, the bad, the pretty, the ugly. It just feels so strong when I say good morning. When you come down the street and say good morning, my black people, that part, being able to just be amongst and all of us, that we are everything. Like I said, the good, the bad, the pretty, the ugly, and absolutely touching and feeling and being able to just reach out and know that we're here, and we're here in numbers, and we matter, and we make a difference. Just being able to feel that I'm making a difference by being in Africatown, that part. I love it, and it's been absolutely amazing. I look forward to it every single week.
That's
I know
right.
this is going to be in my life. It's been amazing. I'll never quit. That's real.
Right. That's right.
And on that note, though, I just wanted to say that, it's been a pleasure, working with and on behalf of this whole movement to, establish the vendors in this space, Africatown. And it has been a challenge, but I think that with the group that we have on both sides, Africatown and the association, I think that we're going to really make this thing happen in a big way. Because the railroad is almost here, and, that's really one of the primary number one goals for our fight, is to make sure that we're here when that railroad opens up.
I agree. Absolutely.
And I do want to share, as of now, we've heard that Herb Wesson's office, now that he's back in office, is scratching the idea to put the market into the back parking lot. For a few months, that was like a hot issue, was a concern both with those of us who run the market, because it would be in a position where it's not as visible, which is one of the draws to the current market. But also there were a number of merchants, both right here on Crenshaw, but in the surrounding area, that said, due to the lack of parking, taking away that last parking lot, would have been detrimental. So for now, we're hearing that idea has been scratched. So we're most definitely grateful for that. We're going to go ahead and wrap up this first segment and then come back to you, because we want to jump into some Juneteenth and some other things we got going. Before we go there, I do want to shout out everybody that came out last week to the 30th anniversary of the 1992 LA Rebellion. It was a beautiful sight. A lot of us couldn't believe it's been 30 years since that moment in time. But the big question that was going around to everybody, and I guess we all can answer that, is what do you see, if anything, has changed since 1992 when that rebellion jumped off? Tahida, you remember 92? What you were doing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It felt like I was in Twilight Zone. I was like, wow, this is crazy, But you know what? There have been some improvement. Absolutely, quite a bit of the property that was destroyed has been repaired. There's still quite a few things that needs to be fixed. As far as though the attitude and the spirit of the people, that has changed. I really do feel that has changed. definitely to a better thing, because there was so many things going on before that. I can't remember the young lady name where the Oriental lady killed her and all this stuff. All of that stuff happened, and now I think that we are getting closer to each other. You know, I feel that we matter a little bit more, even to other races. We all connecting and realize that we're all here. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, as far as us being in a red zone and funds and stuff coming into our area, that still sucks. I'm gonna be very honest with you. It really still sucks, and we need people to be more aware of that. We're living under such a delusional cloud. They do a lot of things where we don't read and recognize the little fine print, and we keep getting caught up in the fine print. And that's what is still so annoying and disappointing to me. We keep getting caught up in the little fine print. And people are not paying attention. It's so subtle that you don't even see it. But sometimes, you know, they say when you wake up, sometimes you wish you wouldn't have. And that's how I feel in my life. That I'm seeing so many things where I see, like, I used to be just like everybody else. Or I'm going to be honest with you, I never really felt that way because I'm a part of that. But people say when black people move in, they just tear up the neighborhood and stuff. No, what happens is they don't fund that area. They don't put money in there. And we all like crabs trying to get out of there. That's why you like crabs dry. And that's what happens, and they're still doing that today. And that is what's so annoying and disappointing, and it has me on a soapbox, and you don't want to have a conversation with me about black and white privilege. Don't start it. Don't want to. So
we might need that.
I'm just going to say.
Tara, if you could take about 60 seconds.
60
and
seconds?
answer that.
Okay, sure, no problem. Yeah, so when the 92 riots popped off, I was in elementary school, right? My dad was out here looting, and I got a computer. I got some sneakers. I had some pink and white British Knights. Thank you, Daddy. Rest in peace. Yeah, like you said, the improvement of the things that were damaged and being repaired, it's definitely a change, because I remember driving down here. I grew up in the valley, but driving down here, we would see a lot of burnt down buildings. And my uncle had a house in South Central, and my cousins lived out here. So we were always here. Being able to come from the valley and move into South Central, I've been here about 5, almost 6 years now. I've gotten to be able to compare and contrast, right? Like living in the valley and seeing the way those areas are funded and seeing the things that those people wouldn't even dare to complain about. And for what we experience here, like that is what has really lit a fire in me to be as active as I have been. It's because I know there's a better way of life, and we have to bring that to our people, and we have to have people who are going to who care and know that there's better, and we got to do that work to make sure we're getting those resources. We can actually see the level of discrimination, under-resourced that is happening in South Central. So I can definitely see that, and I agree with you. Like it's still stifled, and it's unfortunate that we got some black politicians who are leading that charge and keeping us under-resourced.
So share the link, tell your loved ones to tap in. We'll be right back with more information concerning this community. It's the Black Power Hour, y'all.
Black Power.
And once again, it's on. Shot to the ground, how that shit sound? It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. See one of us, man, they better run. Do it for the culture, fuck all the vultures. All they do is put a ulcer, my community bleeding. Niggas like motherfuck unity. The fact is, they using us to practice. You talk about practice? Yeah, nigga, practice. I ain't talking AI. Cop trying to take your soul like daylight. When they say hands up, hands better stay high. Pray I get another day out. If not, then I gotta say bye. Tell them cops that we not resisting. Why they always got me as the opposition. They'd rather shoot me and choose not to listen. How could I complain with a bullet in my brain? Kneel to the flag.
Welcome back, good people. So, as some of you may have heard, some of you who live locally may have heard, that this year there will be a Juneteenth on Sunday, June 19th, and we are looking to do a lot of, bring a lot of special components to it this year. In addition to the party, we want to address the needs of our community. We know right now People are being evicted from our community like crazy. We know right now folks are having issues paying their mortgages. And we know with the installation of this Crenshaw Metro Rail, we have lost a number of businesses up and down Crenshaw. So on Juneteenth, we are making sure the community has an opportunity to kind of gleam off of this huge crowd that is expected. I believe last year they said it was about 20,000. They believe it will be even bigger this year. So some of the things we are doing are we have a housing lotto that we've been doing where we raise funds to get rooms for our unhoused brothers and sisters in the community. But Juneteenth, we want to also assist those who are having issues paying rent. So we will have a housing lotto to where people will be able to buy a raffle ticket and win up to $2,500 to help pay your rent. Right. Same thing for folks who are paying mortgages. We will have an opportunity for folks to win up to $2,500 on a mortgage. We will have an opportunity for business owners to win up to $2,500 to pay their business lease, and that will be all the first prize. The second prize will be up to $500 assistance to pay your utilities, and third prize will be up to $250 to pay your phone bill, possibly even a ticket to Burt Williams and some other Zooms and Whams we can throw in there. But who else want to share some of what we're bringing to the table for Juneteenth this year?
Well, you know, one of the things that I'm happy that we're bringing to Juneteenth is, once again, is Father's Day celebration. You know, so the Father's Day celebration is going to be very dynamic. It's going to be a beautiful thing. We have a couple of people who is going to be coming in and providing the service. So that's definitely a great thing, you know, for Juneteenth as far as I'm concerned. In addition to that, I mean, it's just the family spirit, you know, all that we're going to be accomplishing on that day. I mean, it's going to be an accomplishment in so many different ways in terms of bringing together the vendor community and, you know, the activist community to bring, you know, to really have a very important, will we say celebration? It's not really. What is
a jubilee.
A jubilee.
A jubilee.
But, yeah, I'm going to let.
Yeah, for me, like, pretty much echoing everything that you all have said, but the cultural component, right? Really talking about why Juneteenth exists, talking about the emancipation of our people and what that meant, and how long this group of people in Galveston, Texas, right, continued to be enslaved for 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed. These people were not even notified for 2 years, and that's important, right? Because when we're still here fighting for our liberation and fighting to have access to resources, we got to remind the people this ain't a new fight. Okay. It's not a new fight. No. And what I'm hoping for us to bring to the people this year is some real activating of your spirit, right? Because when you leave that place, I don't want you to be the same as you were when you walked in there. Mm-hmm. I want anyone who comes to this event to leave with a sense of love and pride for our people, reconnecting to the ancestors and understanding that we have a huge job to do. Mm-hmm. And it's far from over. And so once we leave that place, we got to continue that work. So and of course, a party. We got to celebrate. We're going to have the music. We're going to have some DJs. We're going to have fun. We're going to have great presentations. We're going to bring community resources and having a lot of the community-based organizations bringing their actual their services to our community and letting people know what's out there.
And just to dovetail what Billion had said, you know, about the gift cards, the gift cards. Did you mention that?
No, but that is something else we're working on also.
Yeah, so we're also working on a project to where, you know, we're going to be giving away gift cards on Juneteenth for those who are in need, you know, whether you're homeless or not. But if you're in need, then we're going to have that as well. So I think that's a very positive thing, you know, that's coming. And, you know, we have, I might just let Tahada talk about that. We have vendors. Vendors are going to be giving back to the community. You know, a lot of times when you look at the vendors, it's like, oh, well, you know, we're always, you know, buying something. But, you know, these vendors in Africatown believe in giving back to the community. And so I'm going to let maybe to how to speak on
Well,
that. If she'd like to.
absolutely. I just want to say that Tara, you said almost everything I needed to and wanted to say, because
That's right.
She's absolutely right. It's all about connecting with the people and let them know that what we're here doing on the 19th of June, Juneteenth really does matter. It's not just a celebration. We're having a jubilee to celebrate the fact that we know what you know what I'm saying. Girl, I don't even want to go into that 2-year thing. I'm just saying because I'm gonna tell you, I was able to take a little trip down south, and I went to a slave plantation and all of that stuff, and that's those spirits of the ancestors and the need for us to keep fighting was just so strong. I mean, it was amazing. It literally brought tears to my eyes. It brought sorrow to my soul. I'm not gonna lie, but it brought happiness too as well, because we here to be able to celebrate what they went through.
Right.
And because I have family too. I'm from New Orleans, and literally my grandmother. I actually was look. I don't want to age myself, but I actually was young enough to see whites only and coloreds only fountains and stuff in the South. And it took a very long time. A lot of people think even though they didn't know about slavery for 2 years, it's still the aspects of slavery was still there for so many, sharecropping and all of that. That was practically slavery right there. My grandmother sharecropped and lived in a home that was so dilapidated that till they would totally call it, they wouldn't even let people live in that nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And they were still suffering and going through a lot. And for us to be able to celebrate Juneteenth, let me say, you guys need to come out, because we vendors, we're here to just be able to give back to the community. We're here to let everybody know that Juneteenth really mattered. And you know what? We went through some things, and we got a lot more to go through. But there's a lot of stuff we've accomplished. And a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? So we're here to have a jubilee.
That's
so
right.
come on out June 19th and have jubilee in the streets with us.
I just want to touch on a few things. So with the emancipation, too often it's romanticized that Abe Lincoln just fell in love with black folks and wanted to liberate us, but it was actually a political and a military move to both crush the labor force in the South, as they had free labor, so they were outdoing the North. But also it was knowing that once our ancestors got wind that the North was supposedly fighting to free them, they would then join the ranks and, help crush the South. So it wasn't something, that they actually gave us. But again, it was our ancestors out there fighting, resisting, rebelling, running away. And that's part of what makes Juneteenth important, again, today, not being as necessarily in harsh situations like that, but still being denied the basics to exist. Housing. We have one of the highest rates of the unhoused in this city, but yet we are the lowest percentage of the population. We have the highest rate that continues to be incarcerated, continues to be shot down by the police, continues to be redlined, continues to be denied economic opportunities. So that's kind of what we really want to set the tone of this summer and get things in motion, but also providing these resources. Another resource that will be provided on Juneteenth, as Kevin was speaking on our vendors giving back, we are making sure that our food vendors will be able to feed, give out so many plates of food to people who come, but also some of our clothing vendors, we're working out a situation to where they will be able to also give out products to make sure people go home a little fresher, a little cleaner than they arrived. Any closing thoughts or encouragements on getting folks to come out? Y'all, make sure y'all come out. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be,
without a doubt,
an event like never before. Soon we're going to have these housing Lotto raffle tickets hitting the streets, and that's going to be hotter than the California jackpot lottery. Watch that, guaranteed. Because right now we know folks are in need.
Yeah, and if you can't make it, donate, right? Donate to the event, donate to the Vendors Association, donate to Africa Town, because, all of our organizations, we got to come together and figure out how to pay for this whole thing. And if you can't make it, contribute to some of these resources and services that Brother Billion's speaking on, because our community needs it. And if the city's not going to step up and do its job and make sure that its citizens are taken care of, then the people got to come together and make that happen some kind of way. So it's also like an economic collective that's also being created here.
And tell a friend.
Yeah.
Refer, please tell a friend. Okay, you come through, tell a friend, refer. If you even if you can't come, tell them so they can come. All y'all donate. Tell them. I mean, they may not be able to come, but make sure you let them know. This is what we're looking for. Come on out, help us out, y'all. We helping each other out.
And I'm glad that Tara threw that out there because yes, we definitely need your support. We definitely need your sponsorship. So if you're an organization, you're a large business. We have a couple of levels of sponsorship. We got the gold level, we got the silver level, we got the bronze level. And then we just got whatever you can, do level. You know what I'm saying? So just keep it in mind that we're going to be coming around. We're going to be asking you to sponsor this National Juneteenth celebration. I want people to understand that, too. This is a national holiday. Okay, so support this second Juneteenth celebration. This is the People's Juneteenth. And our agenda and our itinerary is going to be a whole lot different from what it was last year. We have panels that's going to be jumping off. We're going to be educating people. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be doing a little bit of partying and dancing too. But we're going to balance it all out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and I just want to shout out some folks. We got some folks who have been helping us who are not here. Our sister Trisanda, a mastermind of getting that money. Our sister Nakia, she runs My Daddy's Recipe, a vegan dessert company, but she's really been helping us look into this permit process. Our brother Steven, another part of Africa Town Coalition, he actually working right now. Our sister Bilal, she's the owner and operator of Nurture Life, where they sell different crystals and jewelry. But these are just some of the things you can find. When you come to Juneteenth, we're going to feature artists like what you just heard, John Q, a number of local folks like Jacket Rashad, Brother Seven, and we still are looking for a few more artists. So if you are out there, you send this right now and would like to perform, especially if you're a local artist, make sure you hit us up. On Instagram, we are Africa Town. On Facebook, you can hit up the Africa Town group. And on YouTube, we have the Africa Town Coalition YouTube. But we're about to go ahead and take
Brandy, don't
another
forget
break.
about Brandy.
Oh, and Brandy Kane. That's right,
Brandy
most
Kane.
definitely.
Thank you there.
Brandy Kane is going to represent. She actually would have been here, but she had to handle some business. But she is most definitely another person who has been helping us put this whole thing together, and she will be performing on Juneteenth. So we're going to take another break, then we're going to come back for the next segment. So again, send the link to your loved ones and tell them to tap in.
Without a doubt.
Tap, tap, tap in.
Yo, black and blue, black and blue, black and blue, black and blue. Yeah, yo, black and blue. Yo. Sick and tired of being tired and sick of this. Cops so ridiculous. Talk shit and get pistol whipped. Even if I stand up, die with my hands up. Can't breathe, you choke me harder. Out of order, Fox News on whole shit. Bringing up that old shit. They racist, man, they hate me, man. It's crazy, man. And what they made me, man. White cops, black stick, try to put me in a casket.
Welcome back once again to the Black Power Hour. We are addressing things that you won't hear on other news sources directly related to our community, but the black family at large. And as always, we do want to take a little bit of time to address some of the dirty laundry that needs to be washed up. This time, not too much negative that we need to address. However, with this whole putting together of Juneteenth, there's been a lot of issues about Africa Town's involvement. Unfortunately, fighting for the family, we have had to not only address white supremacy, corporate white America, but unfortunately, they continue to have black conduits in our community that continue to unfortunately prioritize their self-economic interests over the greater good for the community. So there has been some resistance in us putting this together, but fortunately, because of the work we've done over the many years, because of the type of programs we are bringing to the table, we do have people coming forward who are stepping up to help us make sure this event will be possible. One of the more immediate things that we just got wind of is the possibility that the city may consider doing construction in the area where we're looking to have Juneteenth. And that is one of the things we went into the last time on the last Black Power Hour we did, that there has been expressed interest to repair the streets and sidewalks in Africatown, and I think pretty much everyone is in agreement that that is needed. One of our initial questions was the amount of time they were telling us it was going to take, which was initially 8 months to a year. However, since Herb Wesson has been in office for about, I think about 6 weeks today, there has been no real progress in that area until earlier this week. The Department of Water and Power has been out there pretty much this entire week. They are doing some work on the road. We're not sure exactly what that is, but our main thing is that we hope whatever is done will not interrupt us having a space and a successful Juneteenth. Again, this is an opportunity for a number of businesses in the community to make that money that they are otherwise in need of. Again, opportunity for us to assist some of our unhoused members to get off the streets temporarily, and to provide a lot of assistance for the immediate and surrounding community financially.
Right. And one thing I just want to throw in there is that the holiday is on June 19th. So whatever's happened before or after, it's like just maybe a little icing on the side, right? So I just want to just emphasize that, because right now it seems like, the city is not supporting this national holiday in Africatown, and I don't know whether it's because, that there are other groups that's involved that want to, be so attached to the Juneteenth movement that they want to do it on other days, So I think that it's really sad that the city, the city council, the representatives in this community are not behind the Juneteenth celebration on Juneteenth. And, I personally feel that, 'cause we've looked at all the construction stuff and we've had conversations, with people in CD10 and so forth. And this might just be an attempt to, kind of sour our event because some of the other events is not going too good. So that's just my assessment. I'm going to have a little bit more to say about that. But that's what I see. And I think that if, in fact, the city council or the representative in CD10 is not properly representing the community, which wants Juneteenth. The community wants Juneteenth on Juneteenth. So if CD10 is not representing that, then they're not representing the wants and the needs of the community. And, Juneteenth is going to be an economic boom for the community. Okay, so, that's some questions that need to be asked, I think.
Yeah, also with that, it's just baffling how you can have a Black elected official, right, in CD10. Juneteenth that happened last year, right, it was very big, over 20,000 people showed up. If you're going to have an 8-month construction situation, why would in a predominantly Black district or next door to a predominantly Black district, why wouldn't you schedule it immediately after last year's Juneteenth so that the space was ready for Juneteenth this year, right? Because that's a very important holiday. It's just a more of a show of the lack of concern and consideration for the actual people who live here and the culture that permeates here.
Let me ask you, Tyler, as a business owner who came to Africatown simply to do business, what has all of this politics, what's been your take on all the politics we've constantly had to deal with since you've been there?
It actually puts it really does put a negative stain on the positivity that I love about Africatown. The politicians, to be honest with you, I don't trust anything they say. We continually fight with one thing here, one thing there, and it's still the same thing. It's really disappointing to see the political aspect of it. I really hadn't paid much attention to it before I came to Africatown, and it's really that's why I was saying, man, sometimes just being blind to something is good. Once your eyes are open,
Can't sleep at night.
it's absolutely, heartening, really, really disheartening. And it really makes my heart sad. Because I mean, to see the background, it's crazy because I came there already fired up. Yes, I'm going to have a great time at Africa Town. I'm going to be around black people. Yeah. And then I got into the background and the political side and all of the craziness and the lies and the it's just sad that, like Tyra was saying, we have these black officials in office. And we're not going to even talk about Karen Bass and pulling that lady out of the thing. I kind of looked at that a little bit. And, I mean, it was, she was wrong, but she should have stepped
Karen
up.
Bass
Okay, she went there.
She really was. She right. I went there. I went there.
Yeah, because you know what? That was lame. That was a lame response. You know what I'm saying? You got a black woman that's being assaulted, okay, in a public space. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was totally ridiculous.
I mean, she wasn't really supposed to be there. I looked at the whole thing, but to allow them to do it that way without just stopping and say, hey, you know what, you guys, she's here now, whatever, and she's not being disruptive. You know what I'm saying? Right. So let her, everybody has a word. We all have and you know what? I know she was there like that because they wouldn't hear her any other way. Right. And that's the sad part, that she even had to do that. And that's real.
Yeah,
so
unfortunately.
The political part sucks.
And I just want to clear up a few things before we close out this segment. So, some of the things that's been floating around concerning our involvement and why the city does not want to support it. As I was saying earlier, there is a intention to do construction in the village, and we are 100% with that. However, after some concrete was relayed, a member of the community who we do not know went and carved Africa Town into the concrete. One of the things we try to share with people, we're not the originators of this idea of calling this space Africa Town. One of the first people I know who headed the charge is our Elder Queen B. Hall. And in 1999 is when she remembers beginning this effort. At one point later on in the 2000s, she had then Councilman Bernard Park sign on to say, he was in favor of it. Former Congresswoman Diane Watson has signed on saying she was in favor of it. And B. Hall's effort, she collected thousands of signatures. And one of our efforts, we collected over 600 some signatures. And a lot of folks in the community refer to it as Africa Town or as their little Africa. So whoever wrote that in the concrete to us was simply letting it be known that they are also claiming this as their Africa Town. Exactly. There was also a tractor that was stolen at some point during this construction, and there were insinuations that we had something to do with that. Now, I don't know what the hell I would do with a tractor if I did.
You would drive a stick shift. No.
You know what I'm saying? If anything, then Park Gates would be down had I known how to operate it. But
where
we had
was it parked?
Absolutely nothing to do with it. And there are a number of cameras out there, so we're sure they can identify whoever that person was. Now, we were involved in the efforts to stop the parking lot 625 from being enclosed. And again, the reason for that was because when we initially sat down with representatives from Council District 10 last October, we were told they would do things to get housing for the brothers and sisters who are back there unhoused because they were not moving fast enough. We even arranged a meeting with Hoppings to come out. Hoppings is one of the housing agencies. Unfortunately, we had about almost 20 people, and all they were able to offer were shelters and what they call safe parking lots. So nobody was really with that. So we felt that the city did not do what all they could do to house brothers and sisters. Like I said, the street merchants, they were not wanting to go back there into the back parking lot. And lastly, there were brick and mortar merchants in the area who were not with it. So we did do our best to make sure that did not go through without the necessary conversations and accommodations for the community. Right. So that part we did do, but a lot of this other stuff that is constantly said about us, we just ask folks, whether you like us, our personalities, look at the work we're doing. Look at the work over the years we've doing. People are dying out here on these streets. We've had about 5 or 6 people died right here in Africatown. Our brother Dave last year died right on Degnan in front of the stores. Our brother Osebra, our brother Shalom, sister Yogi. But there's brother Lucky died in the park. So again, the neglect and leaving people abandoned is something we have emphasized and done our best to gather the resources. So this isn't something as folks might try to pit it. You know, we got something personal against this council person or that council person. No, we are fighting for black people right now. It's time to ring the alarm and do all we can to save the black nation.
How much time we have? I just wanted to contribute really quick,
Go ahead,
right?
go ahead.
So, like when we're seeing this influx of homelessness in South Central, right? We have to also remember, while we're celebrating Juneteenth, the first homeless people in the United States were freed slaves, right? Because these people were just released and sent away, had nowhere to go, had no home, had no money, had no jobs, right?
Yes.
But they had these skill sets. We're not to be the first group of homeless people in the United States and still be combating homelessness in the South Central, in a predominantly black city or area.
Right, $1 trillion city.
Let's sit with that and understand really how dire this situation is. Right, we have to nip this in the bud.
Right,
Yeah.
most definitely, y'all. So again,
gotta
this
agree with
is
that.
the Black Power Hour. We're gonna go ahead and
that's
take
good.
another break. Then we'll come back for the closing segment. Again, send that link out to your loved one to tap in. Black Power.
Black power.
That was not rehearsed.
And once again, it's on. Shot to the ground, how that shit sound? It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. See one of us, man, they better run. Do it for the culture, fuck all the vultures. All they do is put a ulcer, my community bleeding. Niggas like motherfuck unity. The fact is, they using us to practice. We talk about practice, yeah, nigga practice. I ain't talking AI. Cop trying to take your soul like daylight. When they say hands up, hands better stay high. Pray I get another day. If not, then I gotta say bye. Tell them cops that we not resisting. Why they always got me as the opposition? They'd rather shoot me and choose not to listen.
How could I complain with a bullet in my brain?
Kneel to the flag, how can I pledge? When cops pull us over, it's a gun to your head. Hands up high or die, I'm telling you. Pop, 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 welcome to Black America. Kneel to the flag, how can I pledge? When cops pull us over, it's a gun to your head. Hands up high or
Our brother
die.
John Q, one of our local
Q.
artists. You can hear him every Sunday at the African Marketplace in Drum Circle. You can also find him on Instagram, John Q the Artist.
That's right.
But we will be adding all his information to our videos once we go back and fill in the description. But he will also be featured on Juneteenth. So make sure y'all come through and check it out. So we just want to close out with any last ideas, comments concerning anything we've said, or lift up any other good news, because we always like to leave with solutions, and what we're saying for Juneteenth is most definitely one of them.
Oh, this is real quick, and I'm gonna let one of y'all ladies go. But I got some good news, right? The good news is we are at Instagram on We Are Africatown. Okay, we are Facebook at Africatown Group, and we are YouTube at Africa. And we also have YouTube is Billion Godson. So you can also find us on those platforms right there. And we have Blacktion 365 if you want to make a donation to Cash App. Okay, so I just want to kind of throw that out, and I'm going to come back at the end and throw it out there again. So go ahead.
Yes, please follow us on all social medias, Black Pact, BLACKPACT. My personal IG is Real Tara Perry. It's simply because Tara Perry's a white name, so it's either Black Tara Perry or the Real Tara Perry. So let's see what else. And also go to the website for this event, thepeoplesjuneteenth.com. And we're gonna have some others. It'll be like People's Juneteenth and things like that, right? Join the mailing list, stay up to date. I'm Black Pact. We have Bedroom Candy, we have Africatown, but This website will encompass all of us. This is the work of the actual coalition or the collective of people who are all organizing this event together. ThePeoplesJuneteenth.com.
And let me ask you this. So we've been discussing that, all this isn't just about one day for Juneteenth, but we want to do some things that will move forward. What is it something you would like to see move forward that we are doing for Juneteenth?
What I would like to see is coming out and recommitting yourself to our community, right? I'm looking forward to having a Mr. and Mrs. Juneteenth, right? King, Queen of Juneteenth, a debutante of presenting like our graduate classes to our community, right? There's an understanding, there's a connection, there's a commitment to, as the community members, we're to pour into our youth, and our youth are to come back and do great work within our community. I hope to spark that, and that we actually continue and start to live by that. That's really what I'm looking forward to, is just that recommitment to our community, and that we live with that.
And how about you, Sister Tyda? Where can they find you and get in contact with you and have your services?
You can find me on Instagram at BK by Lady T. My website is bedroomcandy.com/1907. And we're gonna be here Juneteenth. It's celebrating. Like Tara says, we're gonna be out. We're gonna be recommitting, and don't forget thepeoplesjuneteenth.com. Thepeoplesjuneteenth.com. We're gonna be out here. Bedroom Candy gonna be here. We're gonna have African art, African, literally my whole attire, black circulating your black dollars. Okay, we got vegan option food. We have everything. We're gonna have entertainment. We're gonna be here recommitting the fact that we are no longer slaves. The People's Juneteenth. Juneteenth.com. Lady T, Tahida, aka Lady T, Bedroom Candy. Come out and support everything we have here. You can see me. I love being here. It fills my soul every Sunday when I come out. I get up early. I be ready. Just get here. And they'll even tell you I come out ready every Sunday. I'm ready to. Well, how you feeling? Blessed and highly favored. So come on out here, y'all.
That's right.
Get some blessings.
That's right.
You also tell me that people could book you for like bachelorette party, private party.
I come out and do little intimate setting parties. I'm here with expos. But if you want to reach out to me and have a nice little intimate setting party, just look. Hit me up on Instagram, BK by Lady T. Facebook is Tahida. My website is www.bedroomcandy.com/1907. You can even hit me up at my my email, TahidaMGibson@gmail.com. So come on out. I'm really looking forward to seeing y'all on June 19th. We're going to have all kind of stuff. You guys come out. ThePeoplesJuneteenth.com.
That's right. Y'all know y'all feel it. Y'all know y'all want to be there. Y'all gonna be there. Also, I want to add that we have our brothers from Grandma's Remedy working with our sister MC Dana, DJ B Smooth. They are working on an official after party for Juneteenth, so that will be announced as we get closer to that. But all in all, I don't know how many folks remember in LA we used to have what we called the Black Family Reunion, where they said 250,000 people will come out over the weekend. It was a Saturday and Sunday event, but that's going to be kind of like the feel that we have here. We want elders to come out and be comfortable. We want families to come out and be comfortable. We want the young folks to know they can come out and do their thing, but again, we going to be a functional family. It's going to be another form of a Black family reunion. So if people are out of town, because we got some folks in Vegas already talking about they coming. We got some folks in San Diego, Long Beach, other areas. So we want wherever the family sees this to go ahead and mark your calendar to be in Los Angeles Sunday, June 19th, and be a part of this historic event.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And the drum circle, too, you guys. We be dancing and getting down. Come feel the spirit.
Get busy. As a matter of fact, we have one of the brothers, one of the drummers, he's putting together, a performance. We're going to have 2 stages, so we're going to have everybody out there that brings the flavor. They're going to be there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things I just want to say is that this is an opportunity to really... And you said Jubilee, and I'm 100% with that, because Africatown Coalition, I think we haven't been misunderstood. We just got haters. We got haters that they mad that we interfere with their agenda. Okay, because we have a political agenda. People think that we just run around all willy-nilly and all crazy and stuff, but we've been working on our political agenda. So right now, today, it's like a transition thing, because we're in a more policy thought, thinking about policy making and so forth and so such. As you know, Billion has presented this whole concept of the black eraser, along with Tara here. Was it Tara?
I'm like,
on was it Nick? The black eraser.
Well, I actually took the phrase from Supervisor Holly Mitchell, but a few people have been speaking on it for a while. Right.
Yeah.
So it's become a part of our platform. So I think that's important. And people just need to understand is that we represent a constituency in the community. It may not be just in Africatown, but it's the city of Los Angeles and beyond.
That part.
Okay, city of Los Angeles and beyond. And our work speaks for itself. We have never taken from the black community. We've never come in and taken residence or taken anybody's business or assaulted people. You know what I'm saying? Our goal and our objective has always been the municipalities and the politicians and the boule who take away the opportunity of the black family. And a lot of people will say, oh, well, you wasn't around 15, 20 years ago when they was on top of their game. Well, it's not 15 years ago no more. We living in a time of some serious depression, some serious economic deprivation. And one of the things that we're going to do for Juneteenth is we're going to uplift all the positiveness of our community. We got some very talented people. And I will say I am impressed with the whole vending circle of things, and I'm just glad to have been a part of the process of bringing this thing to where it is today.
I am too.
Because we're going to be remembered for what we've done, and we've done some good work.
Yeah, we do want to shout them out and acknowledge and congratulate our newly formed vending association. They're still getting the name together, but we'll be putting that out real soon. But that is a historic thing. Again, black folks had to fight their way over into this community. It's been a lot of challenges since we've been here, but people know when you come to LA, if you want to know where the black people are at, this is the community they come to. They hit the Shaw and they end up in Africatown sooner than later. We also want to acknowledge Morris Media Studios for graciously continuing to provide us this platform to come in here and reach you all. We want to thank our partners, BLM LA, Downtown Crenshaw, Gorilla RX, and everybody else has been stepping up to help us put this together. KBLA, KJLH, California Assembly member Isaac Bryan. He and Tara will be hosting a reparations panel. Black Men Build most definitely stepped up. Project 43, I'm glad we got to this. So right now, y'all, Miss Ann is in need of your support. The bill collectors are knocking. They trying their best to break down the dough. So we got to get down there and give her some reinforcement and help her raise some funds, because Miss Ann is providing something very much needed for this community. So probably later today, we'll be putting out posts to get some support for Miss Ann. But anyone else?
If anyone is a grant writer or no grant writers, right, Miss Ann could definitely use that support. Also, we need to make sure that the grants that are available to people in our community are getting to the people in our community.
Right. Yes. And I just want to say that, Miss Ann, when she started Project 43, actually, it didn't end up what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be like a youth center. Something like a youth center, community youth center and all that, And COVID hit. Okay, so COVID hit, but she still moved forward. She still put her resources and everything into it. She was able to develop a space in which, it's really a very beautiful space right now where people come in, get resources, they get food. You have some entertainment space there. Food is given out constantly, almost every single day, to people who are in need. So, we want you to reach out and provide some financial support to Miss Ann at Project 43. Let's not wait until they come and take the property and then take all the good work in which she's done, because that property is beautiful. It used to be a dog and cat hospital, and it was filthy, stanky, and it was just like dilapidated. You know what I'm saying? And she took that and she built a very beautiful structure there. And I think that we need to make sure that we keep that so that it doesn't fall into the hands of people that's not going to employ us and not going to put the money that's going to come through that property back into the black community.
So that's right, y'all. This is Save the Nation time. Again, we are fighting to save Black LA. We are fighting to end Black erasure. We are fighting to end genocide, gentrification, prison enslavement of our people. We are fighting to get the necessary resources we need to sustain Black businesses, to claim our share in the land and resources. So it's a lot of work. So we do got something for y'all to get involved with. And any closing comments before we close, get up out of here?
Come on out.
Come on out, Juneteenth, y'all. Matter of fact, come out every Sunday.
Every Sunday. Right.
Every Sunday, come out and participate.
Every Sunday.
But that's it this time around, and we will see y'all next time. Black Power.
Black Power.
Yo, black and blue, black and blue, black and blue, black and blue. Yeah, yo, black and blue, yo. Sick and tired of being tired and sick of this. Cops so ridiculous, talk shit and get pistol whipped. Even if I stand up, die with my hands up. Can't breathe, you choke me harder, out of order. Fox News on whole shit, bringing up that old shit. They racist, man, they hate me, man. It's crazy, man. And with an